There was a pause. Wait, you mean just this month, right? You'll still help us after that? I don't know, Emma. I've been helping for 3 years. I might need to focus on my own situation for a while. She remained silent for a moment. Then I noticed her voice thicken. Brian, are you serious? We're counting on this money. Yeah, well, I was counting on my family not laughing behind my back. Another prolonged stillness. I didn't elaborate, and she never asked what I meant. Instead, she uttered a stiff, okay, and abruptly terminated the phone. That silenced her for a second. What are you talking about? I told her what Grandma said. For a time, there was only astonished stillness on the other end. Finally, she spoke again, this time in a gentler voice. Brian, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. You've done more for them than anyone could have expected. If they're treating you like this, I understand why you're upset. It was a relief to hear her say that. But I knew things were going to get ugly. The confrontation, sure enough, a few days later, Jared called me unexpectedly. Hey, Brian, he said, his tone forced but courteous. Emma's really upset. I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. Is that right? I asked, maintaining my composure. Yeah, man, I don't know where you're getting these ideas, but we've never said anything bad about you. You've been great to us. Oh, so Grandma just made that up? I inquired honestly. Jared stammered for a second. Look, if she said something, it was probably twisted. You know how old people can exaggerate. I didn't believe it for a second. You know what, Jared? Let's not pretend. I'm done with the money, you guys are on your own. I hope the wedding goes well. I hung up before he could argue. It wasn't simply about money anymore. This was about setting boundaries. And perhaps karma was about to catch up with them. The fallout escalates. I assumed they would figure it out. Instead, they began attempting to guilt other family members into giving them money. It backfired spectacularly. My mother stated to one of her sisters that I had been financially supporting Emma and Jared for several years. Word spread immediately. Everyone in the family found out pretty quickly. My Aunt Laura, who never holds back, supposedly ripped into Emma during a family function I wasn't even attending. You let Brian pay your bills for 3 years, and now you're playing the victim? Are you serious? She allegedly said. Emma loses it. Emma called me later, enraged. What the hell, Brian? Did you tell everyone about the money? No, I said quietly. I only told one person. And you brought this on yourself. Do you have any idea how embarrassing this is? She asked. I shake my head. No thank you, Jared. I am done being your safety net. His cheeks reddened. You act as if we intended to hurt you. It wasn't like this? So, how was it, Jared? I interrupted. Explain to me how ridiculing someone who helps you isn't intended to hurt them. He did not have a positive response. Dad exhaled. Look, I am not saying you are incorrect. You've been more than generous. But maybe it's time to sit down and have a serious conversation with them, clear the air. I thought for a moment. I'll think about it, I finally said. But deep down, I was not in a forgiving mood. They had been using me for several years. They'd have to prove they deserved another opportunity.